Hey, it's Stephanie Staples, continuing the ongoing saga of When Enlightening Strikes, creating a mindset for uncommon success. And we are on Educate This from the part 1 called Confessions of a Motivational Speaker. Educate this. Education is an admirable thing, but it is well to remember from time to time that nothing that is worth knowing can be taught. Oscar Wilde. There are two places in school that the truth comes out. The first is in report cards, and mine were not good. If you saw them, you would find a sea of C minuses and Ds with just one lonely A in typing. Wow. The comment sections would be more revealing still. Achievements below capability, little effort this term, disruptive behavior, poor use of class time, more home study required, assignments incomplete, vocational classes recommended. And so it was etched in stone that clearly I was not smart. The second place the truth comes out is in the gym class. Maybe you too remember the dreaded picking of teams. I should like to meet the yahoo that decided this ridiculous practice was actually a good idea. While the incident itself only lasts moments, the effect of its impacts can last an entire lifetime. I hope this practice has been abandoned in favor of something less emotionally scarring. My classmate Andy and I usually alternated between being picked last. We would give each other a sympathetic smile as we slugged out to the baseball diamond with our respective teams. You knew you were not welcome on this team because they wanted to win and you were not going to help them accomplish their goal. They had a system, they had a plan, and it did not include you, since everyone knew what your contribution would be. With you as their handicap, they would aim for damage control at best. When it was my turn at bat, I wanted anything to hit that ball over their heads and out of the park. I wanted to prove them wrong for choosing me last. I picked up the bat and it felt foreign in my hand. I took my practice swing. I imagined the ball making a wonderful arc in the blue sky. Kids chasing it as I made my way past base after base after base. Ready to take my swing, I looked up to give the pitcher the nod that I was ready, and then I saw them. Every one of those outfielders were moving to the infield to await my pathetic little tap of the ball. I felt everything inside that hadn't already been stamped on sink. I wanted so much to prove them wrong. I uttered a silent prayer for strength that I didn't have, to travel through that bat and flow into the ball. I swung, and predictably, I tapped the ball as was expected of me, not even getting to first base. They expected little of me, and that is exactly what they got. It seems low expectations garner equally low results. Funny how that works. And so that sums up my school years. Neither an athlete nor an academic. I didn't know where I fit in or who I was supposed to be. But I did know that I was, in a word, forgettable. It's my pity party, and I'll cry if I want to. Home is where the hurt is. History keeps her secrets longer than most of us, but she has one secret that I will reveal to you in the greatest of confidence. Sometimes there are no winners at all. John Le Carre. I knew I could tell no one else would understand. I had a hate that was so deep, it felt like it was eating my soul. This hate was not for someone who wronged me, not for someone who abused me. It was for someone who loved me, and it was my shame. If people knew about it, they would surely hate me too. She was a roly-poly, white-haired lady in her 70s who laughed easily and chatted in her thick Italian accent with anyone who would listen. Her pleasant smile and jovial personality were her calling card. She was my maternal grandmother. In an ironic twist of fate, I was named after her. I wanted to change my name to Kate. Everyone called her Nona. Everyone but me. I wouldn't call her anything. When I was in my early teens, she came to live with my family. My siblings had long since spread their wings and flown the coop, so it was just Mom and Dad and me and now Nona. I don't remember exactly when I started hating her, but it took root and it went deep and it held tight and long. Mom and Dad had a challenging relationship. Unhappy, it seemed to me. I'm sure they loved each other in their own way, but it was difficult to tell. I often wondered why they didn't divorce. Marriage, it appeared, was an awful thing. If this is how it went, who on earth would want to be married? Add Nona to the mix and it spelled disaster. Dad and Nona were constantly at odds. There was so much yelling, so much unhappiness. Mom always in the middle trying to make peace, and I was adding to the grief. Our family was in turmoil, I knew that, but I didn't realize at that young age that what we badly needed was help. I badly needed help, but no one offered, and of course we didn't ask. Every day was a catastrophe waiting to happen. Blood was boiling. Everyone was on edge. No one was happy. This was my normal, and it was not fun. I desperately wanted to get out of the house. Adulthood could not come fast enough for this chick. I knew a good person wouldn't hate like this, but it was the only tool I had. I channeled my hatred for the situation in my house to my grandmother because I could. It was all I knew how to do. It was only later that I could see my poor mother was stuck in the middle. She was trying desperately to keep her daughter, husband, and mother happy, sacrificing her own sanity to do so. She couldn't be on everyone's side. She was in the middle of a war that could never be won. As I was nearing the end of high school and it was time to pick a career, I chose nursing. Nurses were nice people. They cared about others. They helped. They didn't hate. I thought maybe if I became a nurse, then the hating and the hurting would stop. Life can be a messy business. It seems that sometimes the love, the pain, the beauty can get all jumbled up together. Good or bad, circumstances can define you forever if you let them. And this one defined me as bad. I wonder if everyone has a secret. Come back for the next chapter.